Yeah, so Manchester United fans, how do you feel about what happened yesterday? I know emotions are up and everything, but it's just a final and many more finals will come. So moving forward, how do you feel about what happened yesterday and moving forward? Where do you see this team going? Where do you see Amorim? Do you think Amorim will still get the backing of the fans? Because right now he has been bashed. The kind of bashing when they receive now, I don't think. So how do you feel about it?
Well, honestly, I think every United fan yesterday will be sad. Yes, we'll be sad because we've had a very miserable season. The season has been miserable in every sense of it. You understand? And the final was more like a chance for like savagery, to salvage whatever is left of our season. We're in a bad place. 16 is not Manchester United position, no matter how you want to put it. You get it? Yes, I understand the owners and some fans saying that we need to go down to know that we are not in a good place and we need to build. But trust me, for whatever reason, Manchester United should not accept mediocrity. We should not accept mediocrity. There is no explanation for ending 16th. There should be no explanation for it. Now, yes, the season has been bad and all like that. And then we went to the Europa League. We've been having, ups and downs there, but at least we are unbeaten. And I actually thought, and I still think that we had every chance of beating Tottenham Hotspur. We were the better team. We had the better mentality and everything going into the final. How did we, just flop it? I still don't understand. I still don't get it. You understand? I still don't get it. And then one other issue again that I think is, I do not understand, the owners. I do not understand the rationality behind retaining Amorim. You understand? Because let's even be honest with ourselves as a fans. We started the season, in the last summer, we said we were going to back Erik ten Hag, right? And everything that was done in the transfer window was done to back him. You understand? We decided to build we signed players to support the structure that he wanted to build. We signed Delete, we signed Mazri, we signed Ugarte, we signed Joshua Zigzi. We signed players that we felt like could fit into Ten Hag's system. You understand? And then, blip here and there, we decided to, part ways with Ten Hag, which so far so good. The way we have seen it was a bad decision, and it was the same decision that led to the sacking of Dan Ashworth. Dan Ashworth said there was really no reason sacking Ten Hag because we don't have a team that satisfies what's the name of this guy, Amorim's system. So why why bring Amorim in and sack Ten Hag, who owns the squad, and the squad is still fresh? If the owners were willing to sacrifice this season, why sack him? I mean, we've already sacrificed the season already. So if we were willing to do that at the start of the season or at any point in time, then we should be willing to stick to, Ten Hag. Okay, fine. We understood that the dressing room was no longer, in support. They were no longer in chemistry with Ten Hag. And we want to walk away from Ten Hag. Why not go and get a manager that plays, like for like with the squad? Exactly. Why get a manager that completely departs from the structure of the team? You are suffering the players. Honestly, if I was the player of Manchester United, I kind of feel like I'll say the ownership are bad. They don't know what they are doing because they lied to us. You told Delete that you were bringing him into a stable system. Even the guy said it in this interview. He said he was coming to Manchester United because the club has promised him to give him managerial stability, because he has not had it since he left Ajax, and the club promised him that. Mazuri too, Ugarte too. You understand? And then look at Josh Zigzi too. The reason he came was because he was convinced of, Ten Hag and the likes of Rein Hag, what's the name of this guy, the assistant coach, and then Van Nistelrooy. They were Dutch guys. They were the ones who appealed to Zigzi. If not, Zigzi was already on his way to Juventus. You understand? And then we brought in. So why did we completely depart from the structure? Brought Amorim that does not have, the who cannot adapt to the structure of players that we have. Yes, I understand that. Okay, Amorim came in, met a squad that was not his. He's trying to play a system and all that. My brother, let's be honest with ourselves. That this our club, these players that we have now, are you telling me that they are 16th placed squad? Is that their worth? Is that where they should be? Let's be honest with ourselves. Every manager that is good, that they adapt. Why the hell will Amorim?
They're flexible.
They're flexible. Why the hell will Amorim tell me that you cannot adapt to the players? What? Okay, did Amorim invent 3-4-3? No. Let me shock you. The manager that has had the that has had the most success with 3-4-3 in the Premier League was Conte. Guess the formation is playing at Napoli.
No,
4-3-3. Conte is playing 4-3-3
because you know he won't work there.
Exactly. You have to, is 3-4-3 is not one size fits all. You understand? Tactics is there to, play to the best of the team. Tactics is not for the team to play to it. You understand? Look at the team and look at what fits the players. The player profile. Exactly. It's not like tactics is one hell of a sophistry that the players need to compulsory play. No, it is the players that will suit the tactics. Do you understand? Honestly, if we are deciding to go into the next season and we are backing Amorim, I don't trust that decision. And I know a lot of fans who don't trust it because he has not been able to do anything with the ones he had. Okay, let's look at it from this point. We kind of feel like the right man was not Ten Hag, and then we bagged him in the transfer window, and then he came in and then turned things around and couldn't turn things around, and then everything just went away. If we decide to do that with what's the name of this guy again, Amorim, we sign players that fit his system, and then his system does not make sense at the beginning, or maybe 2 months, 3 months into the next season, what do? We fire him and bring another manager that plays a different system that will start to struggle. Is that not a cycles? It's a cycles. So honestly, Jim Ratcliffe has been him and his team, Ineos team, Jim Wickers, Omar Berrada, Ratcliffe, and whoever they are, they've been complete utter failures since when they came. Decision making, they've been bad. Look at how they've handled the club's staffs and co. Look at how they've handled ticket prices. Look at how they've handled recruitment. It's been awful. We have to tell ourselves the truth. We can blame the players all we want, but some people behind the scenes also have to take the fall. Yeah, they have to take the fall. Since I've been a Manchester United fan since I think 2004, we've never sunk this low. Even in the post-Fergie era, this is the deepest we've sunk. Trust me, we've sunk so low, so bad, and it's embarrassing. It's as if we are Everton. How are we building from the scratch like this? We are not this bad. I mean, 2 seasons ago, we finished third. We won the Carabao Cup. If not for injury-ravaged second season of Ten Hag, we were hoping that he was going to, finish in that same position or even challenge for something. You understand? Honestly, I don't know how we as a fan base, we are going to start to accept mediocrity simply because, what's the name of this guy? Amorim says we should accept it. When he came, what did he say? Amorim said that we need some shake-up. That if maybe relegation is something that will shake us. Is that the mentality of a manager that should be in Manchester United? How are you talking about relegation? And he almost did it. He almost relegated us. If the club decides to back him up, maybe next season you have a grand opportunity of relegating the club. Because he has already said it. I don't like those type of managers who are, closer to who are negative, generally negative,
and tactically rigid.
Amorim is rigid, tactically rigid. It's annoying. It's really annoying.
All right, so let's talk about what made you guys lose yesterday's game, particularly. What do you think that made you guys lose yesterday's game? Is it by formation or the player profile not playing Casemiro, Ugarte, or any other thing, any other factor? What really made Manchester United lost the Europa League final? Okay,
see, let me tell you something here. You have to understand that a final is a different game from your normal game. You understand? I'm trying to, be calm. I don't want to, because my emotions are just going here and there. I don't like the way Amorim handled that final. A final is a unique game. You don't go into a final as if it's a normal game. You understand? Your game plan has to be completely different because the opposition manager is from your league. He knows how you play. He knows what you are going to do. Even Amorim said it at the beginning of in his pre-match interview. He said he knows the way Tottenham are going to set up. But I believe that he was shocked to see that they didn't even set up the way he expected. They sat back and was hoping to counter. What did he want to do differently? What did Amorim want to do differently? He went to that final. He didn't do anything differently. He went to play 3-4-3. Look at Ahmad and Mazraoui. I think Ahmad and Mazraoui was a highlight of how poor we are. Both of them were positionally confused. They didn't know who should go. You understand? At some point, you see Mazraoui ahead of Ahmad. Sometimes Ahmad ahead of Mazraoui. They didn't get it. They didn't understand. Do you understand? Now, you have
Dogu.
Not Dogu. I want to explain something to you. Yesterday, at 75 minutes, we had 5 defenders on the pitch. 5. We were 1 goal down. You weren't willing to gamble your attackers. We had 5 defenders. Come on, where's your inventiveness? Where's your creativity? Where's your risk taking? Come on. It's not about your formation, man. It's about winning. It's about winning. You had Dogu, Mazraoui, Maguire, Luke Shaw, and who again? Yoro. 5 defenders. How many on-field players do we have? How many on-field players? Tottenham were willing to, tweak. The Son was on the bench. They decided to do something different. Do you understand? To suit what they wanted to get, and they got it. But we just went there, flat on 3-4-3. Do you know that? Except we want to deceive ourselves, we ended the game the way it started. We didn't do anything different. We didn't change gear. We didn't change formation. We didn't change tactics. No player, moving in places where you don't expect. It was just completely flat. And
some of your Manchester United counterpart, most of them, faulted Amorim for not playing Garnacho from the, first minute of the game.
I think we have to. The Garnacho thing is more like, I want to be brutally honest with Amorim. You get it? We won the FA Cup against Manchester City with Garnacho and what's the name of this guy? Kobe Mino. If those two guys don't have a place in your team, you understand? Trust me, your tactics is crap. Those guys are very talented, to be honest. They are very talented because you look at what Garnacho did when the whole attackers was not there. Only him. He was carrying the team. And he was coming, he was trying to work out and everything. The final comes in and then you play a missing mount that has not been there. How would you feel if you're a player? How would you feel? You guys were part of the struggle to keep the team afloat, and then you're putting a player who has been 90% injured throughout the season over somebody who has had to tug it out. Honestly,
he said something about it, saying he played every stage of this competition until final.
Yes,
he doesn't know why he got only 20 minutes.
See, I'm not a fan of Garnacho. You understand? I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way I don't like the way he behaves. But honestly, if you were in his shoes, how would you feel? You understand? You were part of the people who tugged it out. You were part of the people who rugged the whole thing. And then all of a sudden, you're not there. Look at Kobe Mino. Kobe Mino is, I think since Marcus Rashford, we've never had a bigger prospect than Kobe Mino. And then look at how Amorim has handled him. Kobe Mino does not have a place to even play in that team again.
Well, me, I think the whole brouhaha that happened yesterday was as a result of neglect. Because I feel if Amorim should have, asked himself some question, he will say, okay, since I am going to this final and I need midfielders, why not resort to back four? Then have four midfielders there that will mark. You have at least two that will sit back and defend for you. Then another two set up to go and help the attacks and crowd the attacking areas.
Bruno was playing a deep line midfield yesterday.
Yes.
Bruno was scarcely in the final third. Ahmad was scarcely in the final third. How do you win? Let's be honest. Well, whatever decision the club is taking, I want everybody to know very well that we are taking a risky gamble on this Amorim guy. A manager who is not tactically flexible, a manager who wants a particular type of players to succeed. Are you going to get them? The football ecosystem does not breed players for 3-4-3. They breed it for 4-3-3, 4-4-2. It's for back four. The football ecosystem does not breed footballers for 3-4-3. So how are you sure you're going to get those type of players? How are you sure we can sustain it? We have to look at the bigger picture. But anyway, whatever decision they take, I'm a fan. I'm a Manchester United fan, and trust me, I was never aware of Ineos or Glazer before I became the fan. So I'm a passionate fan of Manchester United. Whatever decision they are taking, trust me, I don't trust it. Well,
I think Amorim should up his game, because I think if you look at Pep Guardiola's way of doing things, Pep Guardiola will always be flexible. Yes, and to compare to the player, the kind of players he wants, get a new player or a player who knows how to play football, just teach him what he needs to know, and the player will do well. So I feel like, let me throw this out there for Manchester United fans. How do you feel about all these things that is happening to you guys? And tell me your thoughts on the comment section. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at Football Analysis, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.